Hi, I'm Robby Bobby, grateful member of ACA. The topic of this video is the Catch-22 of self-love. I think it's the most important message I've put out so far, so let's get to it. As an ACA, I have a condition. You could say that I've been conditioned to believe that I'm unlovable, even unworthy of love. This belief resides, you could say, is fully entrenched in my unconscious or subconscious mind, which means I may understand and recognize on a conscious level that there are people who care about me and in fact love me. But the unconscious belief will make me question it, doubt it, reject it, and undermine it. And this core unconscious belief has created a set of defense mechanisms known as the laundry list, or the 14 traits of an ACA. These traits are what we admit we're powerless over in step 1, which reads, we admitted we were powerless over the effects of living with alcoholism and that our lives had become unmanageable. What are the effects? They include isolating, fear of authority figures, approval seeking to the point of losing my identity, an overdeveloped sense of responsibility, addiction to excitement, confusing love and pity, stuffing my feelings, and being a reactor rather than an actor. These are some of the effects, along with the overarching feeling of being unloved. And it's these traits, which represent my false self, that make recovery difficult, if not impossible, to manage. By the way, if you want to know what recovery looks like, read through the ACA promises. They include 1. We will discover our real identities by loving and accepting ourselves. 2. Our self-esteem will increase as we give ourselves approval on a daily basis. 3. Fear of authority figures and the need to people please will leave us. As you can see, the promises are the opposite of the traits. And the way to get there is pointed out in the first 2, by loving, accepting, and approving of ourselves. In other words, through self-love. It sounds simple enough, but for ACAs, it's a major challenge because we've never properly loved ourselves. We don't know how. In addition, the exact nature of the traits we're trying to heal with self-love is the belief that we're unlovable and unworthy of self-love. That, my friends, is a big old catch-22. How do you love yourself when you feel unlovable? This tends to keep us stuck in the traits, which moves us away from self-love by triggering shame, self-loathing, and dissociation. The traits, as well as the feeling of being unloved, are actually self-reinforcing, which creates a vicious circle. I believe that the combination of this catch-22 and vicious circle is what makes it so hard for ACAs to pivot from self-hate to self-love and then stay the course. So how do you do it? The simple answer is that you don't do it on your own. You rely on or surrender to a higher source of love. Tony A's Step 8. We became willing to open ourselves to receive the unconditional love of our higher power. Tony A's Step 9. We became willing to accept our own unconditional love by understanding that our higher power loves us unconditionally. By the way, this is what was supposed to happen when we were children, but it didn't. I believe that all children are born with an openness to receive unconditional love from their parents, their immediate higher power. When that happens in a healthy home, it allows the child to love him or herself. But if it doesn't happen in an alcoholic or dysfunctional home, that openness to receive unconditional love closes. This, I believe, is the first or primary defense mechanism. Once that happens, then self-love is difficult or nearly impossible. the traits will then appear and take the place of self-love. Therefore, we need to start back at the beginning and reopen ourselves to receive the unconditional love of our higher power, which I see as a higher source of love, pure and unconditional love. The steps refer to this source as a higher power of our understanding. But I really don't need to know what the source is. I just have to believe that it's there and have the willingness to open myself to it. And the rest, as they say, will take care of itself. I'm Robby Bobby. Thank you for listening. And as always, keep coming back. And if you like this video, please click the like button. Thanks.